How about that?
That's great.
A little better. Cool. So we're at 12:01 Eastern time. We'll give it one more minute and then we'll start. For those of you that are here, I would encourage you to ask questions. You can chat us or you can just start talking and asking questions as I present. I'm not interested in just reading a deck. I really want you guys to interact and engage with us and ask any questions you may have. Awesome. Thanks, Shannon. So you're talking about making the time a little, oh, it's 2 past the hour. So we're going to start. So my name is Adam Butcher. I'm with Fred's Academy. Fred's Academy, we offer online and on-campus courses. We've been at this for 15 years. So our on-campus class, we've trained well over 1,600 students. We've hosted students from every state in the country. We've even had students from out of the country, so Canada, Bermuda, Mexico, Virgin Islands, Equatorial Guinea, Singapore. So we have students from all over the country. The vast majority of our students are sponsored by independent service companies like you folks. So it's not uncommon for folks like you to hire someone green that has no prior experience and send them off to our academy. We also have created online classes as well. We have hundreds of students taking those online classes. And at any one moment, we have over 150 active people in our LMS working through modules. And again, they're operating and working in our online class remotely on any device from anywhere in the country. Another fun fact about us, our admin team also operates our own service company. We have run about 100 service calls a day in Northeast Ohio. And what's really cool and unique about our company is that we are fully virtual. As you can see, I'm actually in my homestead right now. We have no location for our service department. We don't even have a warehouse. We ship all parts direct to customers, and we ship all truck stock directly to the technicians' homes. So having this is a totally unique experience for a service organization, and it works very well for us. I'm going to throw a lot of information at you today. Again, feel free to ask questions. There may be concepts or ideas that I might share with you that might be a little fuzzy for you, and I encourage you to ask away. Additionally, you can schedule time with me at no cost after this, and we can have a one-on-one session, and we can talk about your business and your needs. My information's right here. We got Adam at fredsappliance.com. Email is an excellent way to get a hold of me. And then we also have our website, fredsacademy.com, where you can learn more about our classes. So let's talk about recruiting. Everybody's heard of Indeed, Facebook, all those monster.com, all those places that you can advertise and attempt to recruit. We found that most service companies are missing the boat with your own customer base. So you should be soliciting all of your customers that you are looking to hire. Some of you may say, well, why would I do that? They're hiring a service company to come fix their appliance. Why would they want to get into appliance repair? Well, they may be technically inclined and not so happy with their current job, or they may have a niece or nephew or brother or sister that might be interested, and this might be a good fit for them. They're in their early 20s, they're not really sure what they're doing with their life. Maybe this is a pathway that they can take. So put it on your website that you're hiring, put it on your work orders and other marketing that you're hiring. I'm going to share with you what's called our leave behind card. Maybe hard to conceptualize this, but it's front and back and it's tri-fold. So it's 3 panes and this folds up nicely. The right-hand pane here, the service record, this is the face of it. And then on the back of it, we have join a team. And we talk about our academy. Now, while basically none of you have your very own academy, you can still talk about that you want to hire and you're willing to invest and train, whether you use Fred's Academy or you train in-house. You need to solicit your customer base to let them know that you're training or willing to hire and willing to train. Our last 4 candidates were all former customers. In fact, Bill, who just started a couple months ago, just started on his own this past Friday. He was a former customer. So there is an opportunity that most of us are missing, not soliciting those customers. And then you can also leverage your field team. They're in the customer's house. So they can, pump up the job, talk about how great it is to work for your company, and give them a bonus. So what we do is we give a $2,000 bonus for any of our team members that bring a candidate and we hire them. We offer them $2,000, but there is a waiting period. So you can't just hire and we're going to hand you $2,000. They have to last 6 months. They get the first 1,000, and then last at the 12-month mark, they get another 1,000. So they essentially get $2,000. We have had one of our field team members use this many times, and he loves getting that extra income. If you are to launch a program like this in your company, it's very important that you're in the face of your field team about this regularly, because if you're not reminding them, they're not thinking about it. So they're every day trying to fix appliances. Us here in management, we're trying to find more people to help us fix appliances. They're not thinking on that same track. So constantly be reminding your team of this program. You can also offer this to your CSRs, or if you're a self-servicing dealer, you sell appliances, offer it to the salesman on the floor. You can even go so far to offering it to your entire network, friends, family. You bring me a candidate, I'll give you $2,000. You can offer this to anybody. So leverage the network to bring the most quality people and candidates to your team. That's where we found most success. So you got someone at your door. It's not uncommon. It hasn't been uncommon over the years for someone to say, "Oh, hey, Adam, I'd love to work for you," or "Oh, hey, I know someone that wants to work for you." First step, got to go to our website and submit a resume. That right there filters out anybody who's not serious. Most people who have solicited me for a job, they won't even take this first step. And that's by design, because I don't want to set up interviews or horse around with folks that really aren't interested in working for us. So if we go to fredsappliance.com, which you can yourself as well to reference this, go to fredsappliance.com. We have up here at the top, now hiring, we train. This is a banner on every single web page. Again, we're in the face of our customers, letting them know we're hiring. You need to be doing the same. So we have 2 openings right now, appliance tech and customer service specialist. We're gonna click on technician. We have all of the qualifications and skills and traits and all of the benefits that we offer. We also have in the past offered large checks for driving customer service, and we kind of post this on here to show that we reward our team for hard work. So if you have any really good pictures of you and your team, you may want to consider sharing them on this page as well. They enter their name, email address, phone number, who referred you. So this is where someone would get a spiff from me, that $2,000, and then they upload their resume and they submit it. Again, this is step 1, get them to submit a resume to you. Can they assemble a resume? How serious are they? Next step. Once we receive a resume, then we're going to candidates and we're having them take an aptitude test. There's aptitude tests out there in the industry. There's also personality tests that you could potentially proctor and have them take those as well. We offer an aptitude test at fredsacademy.com. So we're going to swing over here to Fred's Academy. And if you go to menu, and then we go to industry resources, we have aptitude tests. Takes you right to this page. We have 2 parts. 1, mechanical aptitude. This is just general knowledge. It's really not related to appliance repair, but it's kind of like, if If you got a trap in plumbing underneath your sink, what's that trap for? Here's a tool. What do you generally do with this tool? Then we have part two, which is less common for us to have students take, but this is for someone who has said, oh, I have appliance repair experience. So this gives you an idea of how much do they really know about appliance repair. So every student takes part one, literally click on take the test, and enter first name, last name, and enter their email address. Now, for you, if you were to have any candidates take this, we would encourage you to tell your candidates to put in your email address in there instead of theirs. And the reason why is then the results of the test will be immediately emailed to you. If the candidate does not follow directions and enters their own email, you can just reach out to school@fredsappliance.com and we'll provide the results to you. Again, this is no cost. And this, helps make sure the candidates are serious. We have candidates that, well, why do I have to take a test? Well, as soon as they ask next, we're not even gonna, contemplate and waste our time with candidates that aren't serious. There's nothing worse than filling up your day with a bunch of candidates that, you want to interview and then you have a bunch of no-shows. I'm sure some of you on this call have had that happen. I know we have prior to having this process in place. We have a two-step interview process. One, scheduling with a service administrator, Holly. She talks to them on the phone, feels them out, gives them a rundown of how our company operates, how training operates, making sure they show up on time, have interest. And then the second step is they schedule time with me. I use an app called Calendly, and Calendly directly connects to my calendar, and the candidate can choose the date and time that works for them. So I don't tell the candidate what date and time they should come meet me. They choose their own time. So again, it sets all of us up for success and most likely to connect and actually have this interview. And then just to recap, all of these steps ensures that the candidates are serious. Anybody have any questions? All right, once the candidate's hired, we would encourage you to consider a higher level of education. There are other academies out there that do train on appliance repair, but of course, we're talking about Fred's Academy today. We offer online and on-campus training options, as I discussed earlier in this conversation. And upon hiring in our service department, we immediately enroll our students into the online suite. So we do have an online suite, which is a course bundle. It's $13.65. Nationwide members do get a 15% discount using the code Nationwide. That is valid to any Nationwide members. That is only applicable to online classes too. And we also can do a la carte. So let's just say you want to do gas and electric dryers or just electric dryers or just gas ranges. So you can slice and dice these up however you want. The course prices can go as low as just $200. So they're very affordable. Once we enroll those students, they're to take those classes while they're riding alongside and apprenticing with a lead technician. So while they're getting hands-on education, they're also taking this online education. It could be in between service calls, it could be nights and weekends, whatever's convenient for that trainee. The online course helps them get acquainted with terminology, exposure to wiring diagrams, and diagnostic flows. I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek here at the LMS and show you the layout. So this is our refrigerator module. And it's very easy. On the left-hand side, you have a navigation, the initial orientation. That's how to navigate the LMS. We give digital access to a textbook, the syllabus, how to get in touch with the instructor, all that good stuff. And then fundamentals. So, how does a refrigerator work? We have a bunch of information that we've injected into here. And then the fun stuff, which is the Discovery Lab and the Components Lab. So the Discovery Lab is a video that literally breaks down an entire product. So in this case, it'd be a refrigerator and shows where each major component's at and identifies it. You can also hop to it. So we have chapters here. Oh, I want to look at the door gasket, or oh, I want to look at the ice maker. They can hop right to that and get to that information. Next section here, components. Let's click on bimetal. We have a picture of what it would look like on a schematic, a picture and then a GIF of it, where it's at on the exploded view, common complaints, and then a testing, how to test it, how to replace it, and then also schematic tracing. And we painstakingly did this with every major component of every major product category. So it gives your students an excellent base knowledge of terminology, where things are at, what it looks like on a schematic, and all that good stuff. And then let's get down to diagnostics. So we have all the major common complaints: cabinets hot, foods freezing in the fresh food section, frost condensation or ice inside the unit, leaking, noise, not cooling, all those major components. And what we've done is, if we broke down a video and it shows you exactly what to test and in what order. Obviously, the order to test components is subjective and can vary from model to model, but this gets your trainees in the line of thinking. Okay, if I report to a customer's house and the complaint is the cabinet is hot, these are the steps that I'm going to take. I'm going to look at the condenser, make sure it's not dirty, going to look at the condenser fan blade, and then going to look at the condenser fan. So it takes you right through all the steps required. Any questions about our online class thus far? I want to reiterate that students have direct access to our Academy instructor to ask questions along the way. So they don't necessarily have to be coming to you or to your lead tech supervisor. You can leverage our Academy team to assist them in this training process. As an employer, you can log in and track the status of the students that are taking our classes. What's cool about that is you can make sure they're doing it. If you aren't interested in logging into our LMS, then you can email us, school@fredsappliance.com, and we'll give you an update at any time. We're happy to. And again, it's a filter. So if a student is not progressing through any of this online material, they may not be fit for the job. So we have actually parted ways, regretfully, with a candidate because they were not taking this online class seriously. While it is bittersweet, it is more positive than negative because now we're not wasting each other's time. We only got 2 months down the road instead of 6 or 12 months down the road, and they end up not working out. The online classes really positioned us to have that visibility into how serious this candidate is. Inside the LMS, they also have direct access to a comprehensive tool list to assist them into knowing what they need for the job. You as the employer can also get access to this list if you enroll into our LMS, and it is connected to our service department. So what's cool about that is when we spin up our own technicians in our service department, we're referencing this same list so that we're inherently now maintaining that list. If we add something, we remove something, change something, that list automatically gets updated, and anybody that has access to our LMS has access to the latest version of our tool list. We also grant access to our Facebook alumni group. So what's cool about that is we have hundreds of past students in that alumni group. Our Academy team is also in that alumni group. They can ask any question they want. They're having an issue on a service call, hop into that Facebook group and ask the question, and we will assist. The worst part of this, you could have a student that may not work out. It's the worst part of hiring and training. They might not work out. What's really cool is that we're flexible. So if you have a student and you bought, let's say, the entire bundle, all of our online classes, and they never took the classes and you ended up parting ways, we can transfer that to a new student at no cost to you. Additionally, if you're not happy, for whatever reason, it's not what you expected, we'll give you a refund. We're in this to bring value to the industry. We're not in this for a cash grab. We're most interested in training the industry and making the industry better. If the classes don't fit your needs, no problem. We'll just give you a refund. Classes are also 100% self-paced. There's no schedules to meet. You don't got to go to any webinars. You or your students set the pace. All right, let's see here. Next, on-campus training. So in our service organization, once a student has completed the online courses and apprentices roughly 6 to 8 weeks, so let's just say 2 months, then we enroll them into on-campus training. What that does is that allows us to have 2 months to vet this person before we invest into on campus and gives them exposure. They have a base now, base knowledge when they come to our on-campus course so they can get the most out of the class. What's cool is our class, our on-campus class is structured to accept anybody. We've had students that haven't even really touched a screwdriver and we work through it and we teach them common tools, how to use them. But naturally, the more base foundation they have and exposure and they can conceptualize, they're going to get much more out of the on-campus course. It's 3 weeks, and our tuition includes housing, breakfast, and lunch Monday through Friday. We train on all major products by an instructor that has over 15 years of experience. His name's Chad. He's awesome. He's very personable, and we have raving reviews about Chad. I would argue the most important thing to operating an academy successfully is the instructor. The instructor means everything, and we're very fortunate to have Chad on our team to help grow this industry. To come to our class, you only need a laptop and tablet. That's it. You don't got to bring tools or anything like that. We supply everything on site to do what they need to do. So it's basically a turnkey solution. Some fun facts about our academy. We're the only school licensed to teach by a state's career colleges and schools. So we're the only school with this model that is licensed by an actual governing body. We are audited by the state of Ohio to ensure that we're in compliance with proper teaching methods, et cetera. It's a very unique, all-inclusive campus experience with an Airbnb type experience. So we have our own apartment complex, has a washer, dryer, refrigerator, a kitchen sink, and disposal and all the amenities that they need to have a home away from home. We supply linens and shampoo and laundry detergent, any of that kind of stuff that you need, we can provide it to you. So it's all included into this Airbnb experience. Again, there's really no other school out there that has this all-encompassing experience. We also recently introduced a one-week refrigerator training course. So this is bolted on to the last week, which our last week is refrigeration week. We are now inviting students that have experience in appliance repair already, but they're looking to get refrigeration training. Many service companies out there have technicians that are servicing, but they won't do refrigeration, or there's companies that aren't doing refrigeration at all. So we will allow you to have a seasoned tech come to us and come to that last week to get exposed to refrigeration training. Little bit on our refrigeration training. We have, since the beginning of last year, we have been introducing R600 to the students, but as of the first of this year, R600 is officially a part of Refrigeration Week. We have a whole dedicated lab to R600, lock ring. They actually use the lock ring tool themselves and mock it up and make sure that it works. So R600 has been fully integrated into our class. So you got someone hired, everything's great. How do you retain them? we would encourage you to offer a bonus program. So we offer a very competitive bonus program. So, you know, one could argue the best way to be paid really in any industry is commission. But we're an industry that's trying to attract talent. And we're an industry that no one really knows about. So no one really thinks about, oh, I can be an appliance technician. No one's thinking about that. So not only that, they don't really have anybody to ask, like, what's it like to be an appliance technician? So imagine you're someone who is technically inclined and you somehow stumble across a service company and you get interviewed and you find out that you're going to be 100% commission. That could be a little scary because you don't know anything about the industry. You're trying to convince them to come over to you, so we have a hybrid. It's hourly based, so they're confident that they're going to at least get that. And then we offer this bonus program. So what's cool is we're transparent about how we pay. We have a website, technician.money. It's listed right there on our screen. You can go to that website page and it is going to tell you exactly how it works. If you have any questions about it, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. And also recently we skinned our metrics here, the mothership mining stats. So this gets sent out to the team every single day. So again, it's motivating. All the techs can see where each other is at, and also the office staff can see where everybody is at. So it's a motivating factor, and you know exactly where you stand every single day. If you're only sending out numbers, twice a month or once a quarter, well, that time's already passed. So how can I fix myself as a team member of your team? So we encourage you to get that information sent out as fast as possible. Daily is optimal. And your team knows exactly where they stand. They need to adjust to get closer to that benchmark. They now have that opportunity to do that because they have full visibility into where they stand. We do have a little bit of time here. It's only 12:30, so I am going to go into how this works. Our benchmark goal is 13,000. So we want our technicians to hit 13,000 in a calendar month in service call and labor only. No parts. We do not believe in commissioning on parts because it is incentive to hang parts that are not needed. And I would encourage you not to go that route. If you are incentivizing in current state on parts, you probably should reassess that. You certainly don't want to land on your local news station about hanging parts that weren't needed if you were in a setup situation. So don't incentivize on parts. Of course, that's my opinion, but I strongly feel that way. So what's the number? Let's say the technician hits 13,000 right on the nose. They've hit the benchmark for service call and labor for that calendar month. Whatever the number is, subtract 12,000, take 40% of the difference. So 13,000 minus 12,000, difference is 1,000. Your bonus is 400. Let's say they hit 14,000. 14,000 minus 12,000, difference is 2,000. Take 40%, your bonus is 800. So that's how it works. There's no cap, no ceiling. We've had technicians earn over a $5,000 bonus in one single month. They build well over $20,000 in service call and labor in a calendar month. So naturally, it is a motivator. And then we even take it a step further. We incentivize our office on the averages of those bonuses. Some might say, well, why would you do that? The office isn't out there running those calls. Well, they're not, but it takes the office working with that field team in order to drive the metrics. If I have Joe working on my field team and overnight we have 3 or 4 or 5 customers cancel on his route, the office needs to have incentive to backfill that route the following morning because we don't want Joe going out with less calls than he can take. So giving an incentive for everybody to work together. Get creative to retain. I cannot stress this enough. And this really is company culture. You gotta be motivating, come up with new ideas on how to keep your team engaged and also keep them around. There's nothing worse than having turnover. You don't want turnover. So here's some, pinpoints or bullet points that of ideas that I've came up with over the years. One is we offer a late start on important election dates. So presidential elections, etc. We won't start until like 11 a.m. That allows our team to go vote, and we pay them for that time. And we also give them a stipend to go to breakfast. Go to breakfast with your family, go to breakfast with grandma. You haven't seen her in a few months, or buy groceries to cook at home for your family that morning, encouraging them to get together, because not likely is it going to take, till 11 o'clock to vote. So they're going to have some extra time in there. So give them a little stipend. Have the boss reach out to team members personally on birthdays. So every time that there's a birthday, I personally reach out to that person, and I wish them a very happy birthday. And I also give them $100. They can go out to dinner, they can have Uber Eats or DoorDash, or they can get groceries and they can cook a meal at home. So reaching out to team members on the birthday, it makes them feel special, makes them feel important. And it's something small that you can do that means a lot. Give bonus PTO days. So it's not uncommon for me to call a bonus PTO day, and it's part of their holiday bonus of we're going to not work Black Friday. And what that does is now we got Thursday, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So we have a full 4-day weekend where all of our companies are powered down and we can all relax and there's no business activity going on whatsoever, and we pay them. Have a virtual trivia night. So what we've done several times now, pandemic is what really positioned us to start this, because we were remote and weren't really seeing each other much. But you can use an app called Brightful.me. The website's right there on the screen. It is a very cheap piece of software, and you can host a virtual trivia night. You can start it at 7 o'clock on a Friday night. Everybody can be at home on their devices, iPhones, iPads, computers, laptops, can be done on any device. And this Brightful trivia app will feed trivia questions to your team automatically and create competition, and you have a series of prizes that everybody's going to win. What we do is we choose all the prizes from almost all Amazon, because then once the trivia night's done, we just source all those prizes from Amazon and we ship them right to the technician's house or office person's house, whoever it may be. We also invite them to bring a friend. So it can be a friend, spouse, significant other. They can join and they are also eligible to win prizes. So we give away all kinds of stuff. I mean, it could be real simple things, like a $5 Amazon gift card, all the way up until a flat screen TV. We even do charities. So St. Jude Hospital, whoever gets this trivia question will donate $250 to St. Jude Hospital or whatever charity of your choice. So be creative. And then the last thing that I have on this list is a big one, and that is getting rid of busy work. There's nothing worse than doing busy work. So I encourage you to take a look at your business on the regular and get rid of any busy work. Shipping parts direct, I mentioned that earlier in this conversation. I'm going to bring it up again. Messing around in a parts warehouse, touching all the parts, that's busy work. We ship from the parts distributor right to the customer's house. We avoid all of our hands touching that part. And it makes for a much better experience for our team because we're not doing busy work. So, taking a look at this stuff is so very important. The small things really add up, and really, if you focus on it, you're gonna make your team better and retain more employees. And that's a wrap up. Very special thanks to SLN and the Nationwide for hosting us. And I want to tell you to reach out. If anybody has any questions right now, please speak up. My email address is also on there. Reach out at any time. We can have a one-on-one session.